Did Andrew Carleton get demoted? Find out this and more things we think you should know right now. Welcome to the very first episode of 5 Stripe 5, where we tell you all the things we think you should know. Even if you don't know you need to know them, we're going to tell you anyways. My name is Jay Riddle with Unrelegated and Atlanta United Fan TV, and let's just get right to it. Romario Williams is headed out the door. That's right, Columbus Crew came a knockin', and he is headed out the door on July 9th when the transfer window opens. Romario Williams first spent his first season for Atlanta United on loan to Charlton Battery, where he came back last year, played a few games, was integral as a backup to Joseph Martinez, and has been up until recently, until Vasquez started performing very well after his injury and sort of took his place. So that may be one of the reasons why we're seeing him head out the door. We want to wish Romario all the luck in the world. He scored 7 goals and 1 assist for Atlanta United 2 in his Atlanta 2 career, and he scored 3 goals and 2 assists over the course of all of his MLS matches and US Open Cup matches. Good luck, Romario. And in hashtag ATL UTD buzz across social media, looking at Twitter specifically, it appears fans are getting a little louder in terms of their urging of Atlanta United to have a dedicated Spanish language account. Now, there are other teams in MLS that have them. You have Somos LAFC, Somos Portland, Somos Seattle, just to name a few. And that's not saying all MLS teams have dedicated Spanish language accounts on social media. However, Atlanta has a huge Latino and Latina population, and they have a huge Latino and Latina supporters culture, and a third of our chants are in Spanish. So I think it's a great idea. I urge Atlanta United to take a look into it. In fact, fans have already spurned a grassroots effort to create an account called Somos ATL UTD, and they're more than willing, they said, to hand it over to Atlanta United should they want to take it over. So let us know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think Atlanta United should have a Spanish language dedicated account, whether it be Twitter or Instagram or wherever? Let us know your thoughts. Joseph's coming home. That's right, Venezuela lost to a very resilient Argentina in Copa America. Nothing to be ashamed of. We're glad to have him back. Frank de Boer said that he should be available for Chicago, although he's been playing all season, so I imagine he's going to get some rest. He may come off the bench, but I really hope to see him start against the Red Bulls, which is the match after Chicago. That is a big game, and although Vasquez has been doing a great job, we are losing Romario, and we haven't seen Gordon Wild really play. We don't have much depth in that position, and you know what? Nothing replaces the king. Welcome back, Joseph. In other player news, Joseph Samuel was released by Atlanta United 2. Now, we don't know the details, which is pretty common in these instances. However, we do know that he did score the very first goal for Atlanta United 2, and I was there. It was a great experience. It was a pretty packed house for that first game. A very cool experience for us as the fans, and I'm sure Joseph as well. That's something we will never forget. Another thing I'll never forget about Joseph is his genuine and great character. In fact, he came back last year from an away match in a van while we were doing a podcast-a-thon at the training ground for Soccer in the Streets. He came back with the team after a long road trip, was very tired. You know, he could have gone home and rested as he needed, but instead he came over, grabbed some ice cream, and sat down with us for about 20 minutes just talking. And that was great. I've met his family, I've met him. He's a great guy, he's a great player, and we wish him all the best. Justin Meram is on fire, y'all. He opened up his Atlanta United account with not 1 but 2 goals, and that first one was a banger. It's great to see someone taking on defenders, directly taking shots at goal, and then they go in. Great job, Justin. We know you had trouble in Orlando and then went back to Columbus and struggled a little bit there, but he's having no problems coming in to the team here at Atlanta United, and he's scoring goals just in time. That's 2 goals in 5 MLS matches and 2 assists in 2 US Open Cup matches. Welcome home, Justin. Andrew Carleton has been demoted to Atlanta United 2. Frank de Boer demoting him as a consequence of forgetting his passport the day of travel up to Toronto, which left the team a man short on the roster. Now, ordinarily, this wouldn't be a big deal by itself in seclusion, but we know there have been issues in the past and a history of unprofessionalism, as Frank de Boer put it. Even Parkhurst said that he's almost forgotten his passport before, but that's not really the issue, is it? This is a consistent issue, and therefore Frank de Boer said, quote unquote, there are consequences. He's not banishing him to Atlanta United 2 forever. He says forgiveness is eventually in order. However, he has to learn his lessons, and he has to learn the hard way, quote unquote. Now, we don't know when he'll come back, but we hope Andrew Carleton can put his best foot forward, try to take this as a learning opportunity, because we know what he's capable of. Otherwise, Parkhurst made a reference in his interview that he's concerned there are guys that, you know what, they just don't get back into things, and they don't have that 10-15 year career because they don't get their act together. So hopefully Andrew Andrew Carleton is not that statistic, and he comes back strong from this. And that's it for our first episode of 5 Stripe 5. You guys made it. You survived with me. Thanks for making it all the way through. Now we have a question for you. When the transfer window opens on July 9th, who would you like to see Atlanta United pick up? What positions would you like to see filled? Put it in the comments below so we can interact with you. We always enjoy doing that. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm Jay Riddle with Unrelegated and Atlanta United Fan TV. Until next time.